Hi everyone, welcome into Universal Beauty. Today we are going to tackle the subject of bronzer and contour. Is there a difference? Do you need both? Do you need one? Do you need the other? There is, although they look like similar things, there's a big difference in what they do. And a lot of times you will see there are much better ways to use these things properly instead of if you reverse them or do something the wrong way, the look doesn't come out the way that it's intended. So first of all, let's tackle the contour. What is a contour for? Contour is for creating shadows where you might have certain things about the way that you would like to define your face, whether you want to carve out some cheekbones or you would like to define a jawline or try to mask a little bit of a double chin or slim down a wider nose. That is what it's for. Shadows make things recede, glow. Highlighter brings it forward. So, and this is the thing, bronzers are there to create warmth. So think of it this way, your contour is for shadow, your bronzer is for warmth, and that like would cancel each other out if you're putting those on in properly and over the same spot. Your contour, the brush that I like to use for a contour looks like this. This one is a Stila 24A, and it's just kind of a flat, flat brush from the side, and it sort of has this rounded area. Now contour, you'll find that most of the shades have a little bit of, they're brown, but they have a little bit of a grayish cast to them because they're creating shadow. They're not warm. I'm going to give you an example of this contour palette that I've got here. And you'll see that these shades, you see how they're kind of like grayish? I know that the light's blowing them out a little, but they're not super warm looking. And the way to go about these is, again, you're just going into that color, and maybe you're going to carve cheekbones for yourself. So a nice little trick is like to suck in your cheeks, and then you just kind of roll along and you're doing a nice carved area. The thing that you want to remember when applying a contour is if you've used liquid foundation or cream foundation, you want everything to have dried down, because if you go in with a powder while it's still sticky or a little damp, you're going to have splotches, and you really want to avoid just looking like you have dirt on your face. This, you just got to blend, blend, blend. So better to let it dry down. In fact, you could use a setting powder over the top of your foundation, because powder rolls over powder much more easily than powder rolling over liquid or cream, okay? Now, having said that, there is also liquid yeah, not liquid, but I guess, how do we want to say it? Cream colored contours as well. Now this one's Anastasia Beverly Hills. You can see there's 3 different colors of contour along the bottom here, and this is just like, it's very, very creamy. It's like this, and you would put that where you want it and then take your brush and blend through. There are also sticks that they have. This one's a Smashbox one, and it has a little stick like this that you can just apply exactly in the areas where you want it. Where do you put contour? Okay, in addition to carving, it's right under the cheekbones. You're going to come from your ear heading down towards your mouth, but you obviously don't want to hit right to the edge of your mouth. You just want to stop that at halfway and create a little line here. Then you want to come down along the edge of your chin here and here. Do a few strokes down underneath if you're wanting to do that. And then along your hairline, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little dots ought to do it. Some people like to put a little bit here, and then of course down the sides of the nose if you would like to thin that out for yourself. Then I usually come in, this is a Real Techniques brush for contour, and for cream contour, this nice slant is a really good thing. And you can just then continue to buff that in. You really, really want to get this blended well, because you don't want to look like there's some kind of weird mud on your face or dirt on your face. And come down your neck too, because you want that to blend down so it's not like a stark color and a mask. And then here up across your hairline, go ahead and get it right into your hair. There's not a problem with doing that. You just really want to get that blended. So that's the reason for a contour. You're creating shadows, you're trying to chisel some cheekbones, carve out some cheekbones, thin your face, minimize a chin. And you know, if you have a high forehead, if you do that along the hairline, it'll kind of create the illusion of shortening your forehead as well. Okay, so once you're done with that, now you can move into a bronzer. And a bronzer is just there to warm up the face. And you would apply a bronzer in the areas where the sun would hit you naturally. So what is that going to be? That's going to be your forehead. Like if you're looking up towards the sun, if you're just lying in the sun, it's going to hit you here. Anywhere you have raised parts of your face, the tops of your cheeks, your nose, the tip of your nose, your chin. These are the areas that you would hit with a bronzer. Now it's okay to use a bronzer that has a little bit of a shimmer to it, because it's just, again, it's creating that kind of vacation glow for you. You would never use a contour that had any kind of sparkle or sheen to it, because again, with that sparkle bringing light, you're canceling out what you're supposed to be doing there. You want to be able to create shadows. Shadows make the area recede, but if you're putting sparkle on top of that that's catching light, that's going to bring it forward. So there isn't any point to that. And a mistake that sometimes people do make is they will use a bronzer for both, and that's kind of pointless, because if you are contouring with a bronzer and then warming up with a bronzer, well, you might as well just use one shade of foundation all over your face, because you're doing the exact same thing. And when you're applying this stuff too, you want to keep in mind, for example, say that you're putting on contour. You want to do that, but you don't want to blend down. You don't want to do this and get it all blended down, because then you've just got this big brown splotch kind of going through here. Even if you blend it around, it's not doing you any favors. It's not carving any nice cheekbones for you or defining a jawline. It's just a big mess of brown. So, you know, that's why you kind of want to really kind of keep it concentrated but you don't want a big brown stripe either. That's why blend, 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 blend. You can never blend too much. All right, so now when you're going into your bronzers, the one that, you know, this go-to for everyone is Hoola from Benefit. And this is a really, really beautiful bronzer. It's just kind of got this real warm, that kind of is looking orangey and yellow there on camera, but this is a really nice kind of a golden tan color. It's real pretty, and it's a real go-to for a lot of people. Everybody loves Hoola. This one is Too Faced. This is Chocolate Gold Soleil, and it's got some shimmer to it. Do you see how it's got that in there? And that one again is just for looking like you've maybe just come back from vacation. They also do a Chocolate Soleil matte, which is very nice. And see, it's a very warm kind of a brown. Here's one from Stila that's just bronze, but also full of shimmer. This one, okay. And then this one is Drugstore. This is Wet n Wild. This is a bronzer, and it's super light. Oh gosh, yeah, there we go. Very light, has a slight shimmer to it. And the way that you would do this is you're going to dip into that, and you're just going to come up here again where the sun would hit you. There, a little bit here, and you've got your contour up here along the hairline. This would be more down here, and down the center of the nose and just the tip of the chin. Okay, so that's bronzer. And again, you're blending that. Your contour's here, your bronzer's up here. And you know, you're just blending that together and connecting up the two. Now, if you go and you decide to put a little flush of color, your blush would go right here. Smile, put a little there, and then a highlighter over the top, but that's for another day. For today, it's simply to let you recognize that bronzer is for warmth and contour is for creating shadows. And these can really make a big difference in your face if you're just wanting to have a more refined, chiseled look. That's a great thing. You don't have to use both of these in tandem. If you're good with just a little bronzer, say, you know, the shape of your face is a nice oval and you don't want to do any corrections and you're just all good to go, yeah, a little bronzer just warms you up, especially in the winter time. You don't want to go overboard where you have like a, you know, overly tan orangey looking face and you know, white hands and neck or something like that. This is just to add that little bit of color, warming you up. So you want to be easy on your bronzer and just, you know, add a little for just that little touch of extra warmth. The blush will give you the flush of color, but this is giving you the warmth underneath. And again, if you don't want to warm up, if you just want to have nice defined cheekbones and jawline, well, then just go ahead and use a contour only. But always just remember, really blend that down. And the reason that you use a setting powder over your foundation is to get it to dry down before you start applying layers. That's why makeup goes in a certain order. It's a natural way to do things, this order that takes place. And again, maybe that's something we'll go through as well, and just from start to finish, what goes on first, second, third, and to just help you to create the canvas that you're looking for. So bronzers, contours, again, just there are two very different animals. They sometimes look a little the same, but they each provide you with a different service. Is that how we'll say it? Each provides a different service to what you want to do to your face. And they both come in super handy. Use one, use them both, or not at all. It's up to you. If that's the look that you want to create. If you have any comments, please put them down below. I'd love to hear what you guys use, if you have like a favorite. Do you like the stick? Do you like the creams? Do you like the powders? Always interested to know what you guys like. And if this was helpful to you, I hope you will hit that like button, or at least maybe you will consider subscribing. And there's a notification bell that you can hit to be notified every time that there is an upload. So thank you so much for being here and watching. I am so happy that you're here as part of the Universal Beauty community. We want to try to keep growing this because it's for everyone. Everybody's included, young or old. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.